Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a squat and deadlift day, and today's pretty straightforward. Nothing really unusual or unexpected. I added a little bit of stuff because again I want to slowly bring the volumes up here. Now that I'm doing everything pretty light, focused on purely hypertrophy for a while, focusing on rep quality, I feel like I do need to slowly increase volume and exercises, which you guys see me doing here. So I'm not adding more sets beyond 3 sets of any exercise, but we are going to slowly work more movements in. So what I'm doing with the squats, I'm trying to keep the squats fairly reasonable so I'm not getting too nauseated. I do eventually want to increase the rep count here. It's kind of like I've said with upper body stuff. I feel like I don't have to do anything heavier than 225 on anything for my upper body as long as rep quality is high, range of motion is high. And it's probably similar on lower, and I'm not saying I'll stick to this long term, but my point is you can work with 315 all day long and build a pretty jacked lower body. Because you're still going to get total tension on muscle fibers. Again, if you're doing nice deep squats, you're doing high reps, you're doing quality work, long range of motion RDLs. I mean, I could make the case to say we could go up to 405 for normal deadlifts, and the same rules would hold. But I'm just keeping it light. Like right now, I'm not doing anything over 315. I don't need to. Just get quality reps and sets in. And I know 315 is ridiculously light. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, there's no way you can build size and strength with 315 on lower body lifts. Particularly when they've seen what I've done at different points, where I've deadlifted 500 pounds for 11 reps with no straps. Granted, that was with a deadlift bar and a belt. But I feel like I'm still getting quality stimulus. And I've discussed that a lot. It's progressive overload and mechanical tension are not always what people seem to think they are. Again, enough reps, enough range of motion, deep enough movements, you can do a lot. And in this case, this workout was actually fairly tiring, right? It was fairly tiring. I mean, it was still short. It wasn't a workout that took me a couple hours or anything crazy to do. It was probably less than an hour. I didn't time it, but we did 3 sets of 10 with 315 on an Olympic squat, right? Try to take these nice and deep, reset every rep. One thing I don't like on squats, when people kind of get to the top and they just kind of bounce and bounce and bounce, or they do weird stuff like they push the hips forward. That is not the correct way to squat, right? You stay tight, take it through a full range of motion, right? We get as deep as we can get, with the stance and position we're doing. Bring it up, lock it out, but don't roll your hips forward. Keep your back in a good position. But 3 sets of 10. And I might over time bring that up. I mean, here's the thing. I would say, how big would someone be in terms of leg development if they did exactly what I did, beltless, high bar squats for a good range of motion? What if we could do sets of 20, 3 sets of 20 with 315? I would be bigger and stronger than I am now. Okay? Context matters. I think particularly with lower body lifts, we can push that rep envelope a little further. And a lot of people say, well, the percentages don't match up on those, and it's because they're weighted body weight movements. And I think people don't factor that in sometimes. That's a whole different topic. Like people will say, well, these rep calculators work great for me on all these presses and these upper body lifts, but they don't work on the lower body lifts. Well, because you're not adding your body weight. That's part of the weight move. Just throwing that in there. Just an FYI. Maybe a light bulb just went on for some people. Yeah, that's not 315. All right, that's not like benching 315. That's the whole weight of your torso. The weight of your thighs, everything but your calves. It's part of the weight you're moving. All right, RDLs, I went ahead and did 3 sets of these today. All right, we did 3 sets, not just 2, because again, I want to bring the volume up. And I need to get the quad volume up further. So finding the right movements, I tried to mess with a little bit of front squatting with the crossed arm position. I can't maintain the position. I've still got to work on that shoulder mobility and health. I was struggling to support it without it sliding down. Front squats are not necessary though. We can do single leg exercises. So after the RDLs, that's what I did. I did a set of these step ups. Now granted, these are a little sloppy. I haven't done these in a long time. I usually used a safety bar, but I do want to show that stuff like this can be done with simple equipment. I've had plenty of clients at the gym do dumbbell step ups. Of course, they'll complain that their grip's giving out. I'm like, well, if your grip is giving out on a movement like this, your grip is weak. You need more grip work. Okay? Need more grip work. Now, in retrospect, I would like to keep my arms straighter on these. I don't know why I'm bending them there. My first time filming these, I think. I'm sure I've done these in the past. It's just been forever. But I thought, let's just come in, get a little more quad work, get one good set of this, get a little extra quad volume, little quad adductor glute. All right? And single leg exercises are great. A lot of my clients use them successfully. A lot of my really strong clients use them successfully. And I think as a finisher after doing back squats, I think they're a phenomenal exercise, you know. And I may need to increase the volume on those a little bit, maybe work that up, work on the form a little bit. Again, trying to keep my balance on them. Work on the form a little. Work the total volume and set count up a little bit, and I think they would be a possibly very good addition. Of course, I've done split squats and stuff also, Bulgarian split squats with dumbbells and with a safety bar on camera for you guys. But that's also a possibility. Main thing is adding the extra quad work, right? Getting the extra squat pattern movement from a different angle, right? Just getting it from a different angle. Of course, I'm still continuing my calf work because why not? And that's come up too. People have said, I don't understand, your calves are used and ripped. Why would you need to bother to train them? You've never trained them before. I wouldn't say never. It's just been like 20 something years, right? Because it will increase my energy turnover. It'll make cutting easier. And why not? You know, here's the thing. Yes, I've got great calves. I'm very aware of this. But what if I add an inch to them? Will I have greater calves? Especially as I get leaner, you know? It doesn't take that much time. How much time does it really take to put 225 on the bar, throw a plate down, come over and do some standing calf raises? Because that's all I'm doing. I'm just leaving the squat bar loaded, right? It's not like I'm even having to load an extra bar here. I'm just not fully unloading the squat bar until I do the calf raises. All right, super easy. Takes 5 minutes. Literally takes 5 minutes to come in and do it. It's no loss, only gain, no big deal. Might as well, we'll see where we go with it. You know, I've kind of always wondered that. People have said, what would happen if you did train your calves? Oh, good question. Of course, you guys can see there with the chest at that point, cut is continuing to go good. Obviously, as I've said before, as I lose body fat, that loose skin area will tighten up. I was, again, checking the pictures from the water cut for the last meet, because I did get some lower back shots in the mirror. It looks dramatically different. And I'm leaner now than I was going into that. That was a point I think some people lost. Someone brought that up in the comments. They're like, yeah, but well, you cut all the way down. No, I have water cut down. I am walking around leaner and lighter now than that meet. I was 220 a week out from that meet. Okay, I weighed in at 197. And yes, the whole low back was tiny. It shrank all down. The whole love handle was shrunk down. Because I dropped all that extra water and it just dehydrates that fat and loose skin. So I know that it's capable of tightening up. And it's going to have to tighten it up. I'm going to have to lose all the tissue that's in that area. Which means we continue to diet down, right? And it is that simple. It is that simple. So after the calf work, we finish everything off with my bodyweight stuff. 3 sets of glute ham raises supersetted with hanging leg raises. And if you look at what I'm doing in this workout, this is why I'm like, I don't really need extra forearm work at this point. It's just so redundant because I'm doing all that pulling on my upper body days. But then look at the lower body days. I'm doing RDLs for 315 with a smooth bar. All right, that's grip training. I'm doing these. It's grip training. Those step ups, that's going to be grip training. Adult grip and forearm training. I'm getting a lot of it. I think I'm good. There. But overall, good workout. Happy with it. I want to clean maybe those step ups up a little bit. They could be a good addition to leave in. I can always change my mind on that. The main thing is just getting the extra volume for those muscles, right, from a second angle. But overall, pretty good workout. Pretty happy with it. A little disappointed I couldn't really get the rack position, or the cross arm position, on the front squats until my shoulders continue to get better. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.